Sure. You know what, Corey?
All right, my nurses are ready to get started. Are you ready?
I don't know how to reply. Well, I look like can you answer? But I don't know. Everybody's different.
Are going to be heading towards the person who's shaking your hand. Ann, can you raise your hand? Okay, that's where she's going to be.
That,
I gotta find it. Right over there in front of me, okay? Oh, that's
You need an iron?
Where are your speakers? Is Michelle here yet?
she is here.
Come down. It's not
I'm gonna get a fan back.
To the people who matter, our patients. I want to thank you and welcome you to this information. We are here standing because we have been working without a contract for well over a year. We expired 2023 in February. This is unbelievable that we are going on well over a year with this. We have patients that need care. We have services that need to remain here in Schenectady and not get moved to other communities. We have a crisis on our hands. We have a crisis of losing health care for our community. That is a travesty in this day and this time. These nurses that stand behind me are committed to standing up for patient care, for nursing to patient ratios, for safe care of their patients. I just want to tell you, I have an amazing group of people that are going to speak to us today. But before we get to the speaks, I have to speak out and say who is here just so I don't forget. Okay, guys? I am a little old. I just came up from 12 hours night shifts. I'm a little tired. All right, so I want to thank for standing with us. We're not just nurses. We have the Citizens Action. We have Working Families Party. We have New York State Labor Liberty Coalition. We have Save Our Dead Coalition in the House. Solidarity Committee of the Capital District. We have First United Methodist Church. Church of Schenectady keeping it here. All of us. 1199. We have Schenectady Central Labor Council. I have the USW Local 9265. CWA Local 1118. CWA IBEW Local 81359. David Farley and Carl Williams from the City Council members. Colleen Williams, representative from the Congressman Paul Council. Thank you guys for coming out and spending with us. This is huge. Oh, and by the way, thank you CWA Local 81359 for the rats. Thank you so much, Rats. So, with no further ado, I want to actually introduce my first speaker, who is absolutely an amazing individual. She is an advocate. She is a voice that needs to be heard. She stands behind every single nurse in New York State. I bring to you Nancy Hagan, our president of NYSNA.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ellis nurses. Hello, Ellis community. I can't hear you. Hello, caregivers. I'm here in the capital region, and what do we want? When do we want it? Now. Well, our allies are here today in the picket line, and I am so proud to stand here today in the capital region with all of you. Look what we have here. And we here today showing and sending a message to this management in there. We are not going to take it anymore. We are not taking it anymore. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I have to tell you, since they make the merger agreement with St. Peter's, Ellis has cut out the patient services in our community. Is that right? No! They cut overnight emergency services for inpatient mental for children. Is that right? No! And while we are here today on the picket line, fighting for a patient, St. Peter's is trying to close birthing center in Troy. And how? Today, I'm a mother of two. You're going to labor. You don't have a hospital to deliver. We happen to have the highest mortality rate. And yet they cutting our birthing center. Shame! 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 That's that right. And we're sending a message. It's not happening. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. As nurses, we know that when they cut, it hurts. The hospital should be healing us. They should not adding wounds. They should not be hurting us. Right now, they are hurting our communities, and they are hurting us, and we are saying enough is enough. So we're telling St. Peter's today to care for our community. At the bargaining table, they've asked we asked for staffing ratios. What they think they come back and offer us less. Is that right? No! We're here today to say fair contract now. No cut to staffing, no cut to patient care. Okay, we're here, we're asking them to bargain and settle the contract that guarantee that there's always enough nurses at the bedside to safely care for capital region patients. Yeah. It's long past time for Ellis to come to the bargaining table and settle a fair contract. And I'm going to say it again. Come to the table, settle a fair contract. What do we want? Fair contract. Remember back in 2020, they came out, they said we were heroes. Today, we are being treated as zeros. During the height of the pandemic, who came to work? We did. Who saved New York? We did. Where was your CEO? Playing golf and staying home. Okay? He wasn't here. So now he's telling us he doesn't have enough to come. Pay parity for all of us. Safe staffing, we want to now. Safe staffing today, tomorrow, and we're going to continue. We will continue to be out here until they come to the table and settle a fair contract with safe patient nurse ratio.
Yes.
Pay equity. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? And if we don't get it, we'll shut them down. We'll shut them down. We'll shut them down. We'll shut them down.
I have to know our next person that we're going to speak, I have to tell you, is no stranger. Absolutely no stranger to the nurses here at Ellis and Bellevue. No stranger to this community. Probably one of the most active assembly members that we have seen yet today. I want to introduce to you one of my faves, Assemblyman Angela Santa Barbara.
Thank you. Yes, I'm the assembly member for the city of Schenectady, and I'm proud to stand with our nurses. You think they heard us today? Let's make some noise out there. This fight is about the future of healthcare. We cannot have unsafe staffing levels. We worked hard to get that bill passed in the state assembly. I sponsored that bill. It took years to get it passed, and yet we are not seeing safe staffing levels in this hospital. And how many other hospitals are doing the exact same thing? So we have to make a stand right here in Schenectady. We were out here not too long ago in the bitter cold, and I see Lisa, we were out in downtown Schenectady putting up signs. Our businesses support this. Our community supports this. This is about our friends, our families, our community. People that come to this hospital, they expect quality care. If we don't have safe staffing levels, how can we expect quality care? If nurses are overworked, burned out, it's not fair. This is not that much to ask. This hospital should have done this a long time ago. A fair contract, fair pay, better working conditions. Let's support our nurses. They took care of us. We need to take care of them. I'll always stand with you, whether it's at the New York State Capitol or here in our community. I back you 100%. Let's hear it for our nurses.
Always a favorite. Up next, again, another person who's actually been by our side in the hospital, came to negotiations, got to see some of the lovely drama that we experience on a weekly basis, has actually been a part and has stood with us and continues to stand with us. I want to introduce Michelle Osterlich, Schenectady County Legislator.
Together we facilitate the Schenectady Coalition for Healthcare Access. NYSNA has been a valued, important partner since the beginning, and we are here to say we're with you. But more importantly, we're here to say thank you. This weekend, I spoke with a NYSNA nurse, with a nurse over at Ellis, who said they don't have time. They are so stressed out because of short staffing. And I want to paint that picture for those of you who aren't nurses right here, but might be watching from home. I want you to experience what they experience walking into work, knowing that you don't have a colleague that has an extra pair of hands because they have more than full caseload, and they themselves walk into way too many patients to take care of. They can't take breaks. They can't even catch a meal sometimes. They can't go to those important negotiation meetings that they desperately want to go to. They can't take a moment for themselves. And the stress that wears on them is because they're constantly triaging. There are patients that sit uncomfortable, that need attention, but instead, they need to take care of the folks who are medically needy, and that wears on them the guilt, the stress. It's too much to ask of any human being, and they have continued to go above and beyond. Before 2020, to this day, they are overstressed, overworked. And what we are here to ask of Ellis is what they're here to ask of Ellis. Support and appreciation. Real appreciation. Appreciation that says, we respect you, that we value you, that we want you here, and that we're willing to make nurse staffing a #1 priority to make sure that we put that will make more hands available and to make the folks that have been here year after year taking care of the residents, thank you so much for doing it, that they have what they need, guaranteed staffing in that contract that they deserve. Please, Ellis, listen to them.
Just care, compassion, and concern. Care for our nurses, compassion for the community, and concern for the well-being of the nurses that work here at Ellis Hospital.
You need to think about it. If you don't have a nurse to take care of a patient, who's going to turn your patient so you don't end up with a bed sore? If you don't have a nurse, who's going to bring that pain medication? Where's that nurse when you have a patient who's falling out of bed? Where's that nurse when, oh my gosh, you're by yourself and you're dying? We are losing the people at the bedside. We don't actually have a nursing shortage. We have a nursing shortage at the bedside, not a nursing shortage. Keep that in mind. We are losing nurses. Retention. Takeaways on the table do not keep people in their jobs. That's what we're asking Ellis for. Keep what we have and don't take away. Give us the tools we need. All right, so next I have coming to the table Brenda Robinson, the new RN, Black Nurses Coalition. Thank you.
It is certainly an honor to be here supporting nurses.
Yes.
We need safe staffing
Yes.
now. When you look at the Ellis website, it says that they are reinventing healthcare delivery. You can't reinvent or transform healthcare delivery without nurses. You can't cut services. When you look on the website, it says the core value is what? Patient satisfaction. You can't have patient satisfaction without employee satisfaction.
Right.
We need safe staffing and safe staffing now. We talk about the bleed all day. We talk about the bleed. We had legislation passed, right? That was a Band-Aid. The bleed continues. What we need is the clotting factor. What's the clotting factor? Management and leadership. You can stop the bleed. We need staffing now. How do you do it? Pay nurses what they're worth. Create a safe environment. Add some diversity. These are a few things that you can do for safe staffing now. We deserve it.
Amen. Next, we have one of our own from Ellis Medicine. I would like to introduce you, Kathy Dawson, RN extraordinaire.
I show up every day despite less than ideal circumstances. I'm Kathy Dawson. I'm on the executive committee and I'm also a NYSNA board member. We've been in contentious negotiations for 14 months now. We don't have a lot of asks. We want safe staffing. We want a decent cost of living raise. They're offering us 0% for this year. Maybe
Shame.
next year, 2.5%. That's unsustainable. We've been here through the pandemic. We got this facility through the pandemic. They've shown up maybe one time for a bargaining session on time. They're repeatedly late, which to me shows a lack of respect for us as nurses and for us as people. And one of their proposals, which I find particularly egregious, is they want to staff it with per diem nurses. Now, I work with a lot of per diem nurses, and I value them. But the entire facility with per diem nurses that get no benefits is pretty much a slap in the face. We work very hard for this community. We value our work, and we need to be valued as well.
common theme here: staffing. A lack of respect for the nurses who are present. Keeping a nurse at the bedside. How do we keep nurses at the bedside? Fair wage. Safe staffing. Safe staffing is huge for keeping the nurse at the bedside. We want to deliver quality care. We want good outcomes. We don't want to lose our patients. We don't want the patients to come back for readmission because we weren't able to educate our patients, because we don't have the time to educate our patients or our families. These are important key points for us. Keep it in-house. Yeah. Next, I want to bring to the I have the capital district area member, Mark Machine. Come on up, Mark.
Did Kathy say her proposal was 0% raise?
Yes.
All right, here I got to say something. Cost of living has gone up 25%, not 0%. I read the other day that we have 813 billionaires in the United States, more than anywhere. New York State has the most billionaires. 68% of working people live paycheck to paycheck.
That ain't right. Not right.
We do all of the work, they steal all of the money, and that's not right. Over 10 years ago, at a rally at the state capitol, NYSNA asked me to speak at a safe staffing rally. This is what I said. This is my favorite union. I'm going to say that again. This is my favorite union. No disrespect to the unions I'm a member of. No disrespect to the other unions here. But when my mother was sick, the nurses took care of her. When my wife was sick, the nurses took care of her. We couldn't find a doctor when my daughter was in the hospital. The nurses took care of her. That side, the CEOs, the owners, the people who profit from a human right, which is healthcare, those people have a lot of power. But we have the numbers. And if we unify and we have solidarity and we stand together, we can beat them every single time. If for one day we believed in our collective self-worth, we wouldn't put up with this anymore. And we would take our country back for the working people who do all of the work and create everything you see around you. Let's win this.
Yes. Region without our Albany med, our Albany med nurses. I have to tell you, we have the community at Bellevue. I'm very appreciative and grateful for the nurses and the care that they receive over at Albany Med. I'm also proud to say that they are also now in NYSNA Hospital. Today I want to bring up to you Catherine Dupre, RN from Albany Med.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Catherine Dupuy, and I am from Albany Medical Center. I have worked there for the past 29 years, with the last 13 being on labor and delivery. You may wonder why an Albany Med nurse finds her way to Ellis Hospital to help advocate for a fair contract. Well, we have been meeting regularly and working together with the nurses at Ellis and the nurses today from the tour and everywhere else in the area for our patients. We believe that strongly in providing safe patient care, that we're working together because we know that there's more strength in numbers to get this done. And we also know that we are up against some very big companies.
Yes.
Trinity Healthcare is doing some horrific things over on the other side of the river at Burdett, and I have spoken out at that. That makes me fearful for Bellevue as well. Nobody is safe. We need to stick up and stand together and advocate for our patients. If you go into any hospital right now in the Capital District, you might see a bunch of nurses around, but they are very young. And I'm very appreciative of those new nurses because they are wonderful, but they don't have anybody to turn to. There is no experience left at the hospital. And just like it was said, there isn't a nursing shortage right now. There is a shortage of nurses that are willing to work in conditions that we are working in. I don't understand how Burdett can close with maternal mortality the way that it is. I don't know how that's acceptable. I don't know how Trinity didn't reach into their deep pockets to fix that problem. But I do know that we need contracts. We need contracts to back up and support our nurses. And fair pay. We need to be able to provide for our families. I will keep going to speak out to advocate for the nurses. I will keep advocating for the patients in the area. My family ends up in these hospitals. Your families ends up in these hospitals.
Right.
It is every single one of our responsibilities to stay on top of the hospitals and get fair contracts for Ellis and all of the other hospitals.
Right. That's right.
Next. Education. Where would we be without education? We educate our patients, we educate ourselves, we educate the community, and we educate our young ones. And today we're going to bring to the mic, it's Seth Cohen, New York State United Teachers.
Good afternoon, thank you. Yes, I'm a retired teacher from the city of Troy. I spent over 30 years in the classroom, and I will say one of the same things that is happening today is happening in those classrooms. And that boils down to one word, which is respect.
Yes.
I heard, no, there is not a shortage of teachers. There's not a shortage of nurses. It's because the folks have left the profession because of the lack of respect. There's a lack of respect when you don't have a contract. There's a lack of respect when you don't have safe staffing conditions. There's a lack of respect when you're not given the basic time to go to the bathroom or talk to your colleagues about something. I want to take 2 more seconds and put on my other hat, which is Union Strong. I'm the president of the Capital District Area Labor Federation. We represent over 100,000 members of the New York State AFL-CIO. We have your respect. And we will continue to come to these rallies, and we will build the momentum as we have over the years. We'll bring our friendly rat, and we will make sure that that respect gets to the CEOs and you get a contract. Let's win this, as Mark said.
Next I have coming up, I'm so appreciative for the different people who are standing behind me today. I have to tell you, I'm overwhelmed. I am from the nurses from main campus, from Bellevue who have showed up today. We are standing together. I am also appreciative for the nurses that came from Albany Med and Nathan Tower and all of these other places. Rashida Taylor, clergy, New York State Council of Churches.
Thank you, Mayor Rashida Tyler. I am the Deputy Executive Director of the New York State Council of Churches, and I'm here to say we represent over 7,500 congregations in New York State, from Massapequa to Messina, and we all stand with nurses. Thank you for your labor. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your care for our loved ones in their times of need. So we stand with you when you are in your time of need. And I want to just say that the heart of healthcare is to heal. The purpose of healthcare is to heal. The purpose of spirituality of religion is to heal the soul. The purpose of healthcare is to heal the body. So when we see that our carers are suffering, we must come together to help them heal, help them be whole. We need to heal care. And the first way we start is by telling these executives who are up in their offices making decisions for people who are delivering direct care that it is not right to cut the care that is necessary for patients. It is not right that you are doing this to the community, to the nurses who stood with this community during COVID and who will be the first to be called on when there's another epidemic and another emergency. Right now. It's an epidemic of greed. And the epidemic of greed that has infected the hearts of so many CEOs and hospitals across the region that they do not understand the very essence of what they are there for. They are there for the people of the community, and the people who are healing are the people who are necessary. Not necessarily the people at the top. I'm not saying that. Not necessarily the people at the very top. We need the carers, we need the doctors, we need the health professionals. One thing, my grandmother was a nurse. My grandmother started a nursing home, and she was one of the best carers that we knew. She helped nurse people back from all types of conditions. And so the passion and dedication that is needed in that is something that cannot be lost in our communities, and it's something that has to be nurtured. I do not want nurses who are caring for others worrying about their mortgages, their rent, or if they have to pick up a second, third, fourth shift in order to make the ends meet. It's not right. Care for your carers. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite Marion Porterfield. She is a Schenectady. Oh my God. I'm a little tired, people. Schenectady County Council person for us. She has been at so many of these things for us. She has come and stood with us. She has picketed. She has come to candlelight vigils. She stood in the ice cold weather. She has stood in the rain with us, and we are so appreciative. Marion. I'm Marion Porterfield, City Council President in Schenectady, and I just want to say that I stand with you. In 2016, the NYSNA came to us, to the City Council, and said, we need your support for the Safe Staffing Act. We passed a resolution to stand with you, to make sure that that act got passed, and we continue to stand with you. Well, I'm just going to be 100%, not everybody. But we are trying to work on a resolution to get it passed. We understand the importance of what you do. We understand the importance of what you are to our community. It's not just about one of us, it's about all of us. And if we don't have the correct staffing ratio to patient, that is a problem for the entire city, the entire community, the entire capital region. The CEO's talking out in the negotiations like the bottom line. Well, the bottom line is safe patient care. The bottom line is to make sure that our nurses aren't exhausted. That our nurses are taken care of financially. Because everyone has to live, not just the people at the top. We all need to deserve adequate pay, adequate work. No, be not adequate. Extremely quality nursing care and nursing and conditions. And in case they don't understand, if we lose our nurses are the heartbeat of the community. They are who hold us up. God forbid that you have to go to the emergency room and not have a nurse to take care of you. Because that's who you see first. They make sure everything's taken care of. So I stand with you. I continue to stand with you and to do whatever we can to give this pass. It's important. It's important for all of you. It's important for our community at large. And without nurses, once again, I have to say thank you to all of you. Without you, our healthcare system would not be what it is.
That's right. So
we appreciate you. I stand with you. Payne, NYSNA nurse, executive director.
Thank you to everyone, the community, elected officials, our allies, everyone that came out today to support these people. Right? The most important people here are the people that are working in this hospital and holding up this community.
That's right.
That's right. I think we all know, we heard a lot of talk about respect, right? And I think, ask anyone in the general population, by and large. I mean, nurses have been voted the most trusted profession, I don't know, over 20 years in a row now, right? The people get it. I don't know what's wrong with these folks that are running this place. I gotta say. We represent, what do we have, 160 different bargaining units across the state. We have negotiated contracts in hospitals, the most vulnerable communities in this state. Hospitals that are struggling every day sometimes to meet payroll. And guess what? They figured it out. Those CEOs figured it out with us, what we needed to do to retain and staff hospitals for the community that they're serving. I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on with these people over here in this place. I really am at a loss. I am totally serious here, right? They obviously aren't concerned about retaining the nursing staff here. That's what they've shown us. I don't care what their statements say that they're going to tell you all, and thank you to the press for being here today too and covering this story. I don't care what they're saying in the press. They are not serious. They're not coming with anything serious to settle this contract and to retain and recruit the staff that they need to take care of this community. They are not doing it. And I don't understand why. This is about respect for some people that I think every day we all agree earn it. Yes. Earn it. They are professionals. They are caring. Just how much are they supposed to give? Right. We already saw them risk their lives and give every day to save New York, right? We saw them do that. Have we not learned anything from what we've been through? Have these folks not learned anything? That lesson that we all thought we learned? We all suffered losses. They suffered losses. I'm sure the people running the place suffered losses as well. I don't understand how they can sit here at the table across from us and still, with the same offering nothing but takebacks, really. The nurses do not want to be out here today. They want to be inside taking care of the community. Right. And as much as this is about respect for these professionals, their attitude, this is really about respect for this community. That's right. For the community that they are supposed to serve. Because if you're not respecting the people in your community who are taking care of your community, who are investing in your community. And what they do extends far beyond the walls of their ship every day. They're in the community. They're an important part of it. They're also an important part of the economy for this community. And when you are disrespecting them, the people that are caring for your community, you are disrespecting the community. And you are showing the people in this community that you don't stand for them. People here depend on this facility and depend on this staff. So we are here to say these nurses are not going to stop fighting for their community, for their profession, and for this facility. Because guess what? The CEO might not care. They might not give a damn, but our nurses do. And they are not going to give up till they get what they need to take care of this community. And we'll be back. We'll be back.
So one of the asks that we have everybody that has been present and that can share with family members, there's a QR code that are on the flyers that have been going around on sign-up sheets. That is an email that goes to the CEO of Ellis Medicine in St. Peter's. We need to we need to inundate them. They need to know what this community thinks of them not getting this done. We need them to know that we are standing unified as a community and as a group of nurses, that we need a contract and we need it now. We need a contract and we need it now. We're willing to continue to picket until 1:30. Let's form our line and let's show up and demonstrate. Wait, do we need a picture? A picture, please, please. This way.